Okay, so with this part of the research portion of the project, like I said, it's kind of like the assignment that you had Tuesday, in the fact that in Canvas in the assignment, it's a PDF. You'll download the PDF. You'll use Kami to type in your answers, and then you'll re-upload a PDF with all that stuff on there back into Canvas to turn it in. So this first table, this is the 8 most common elements in the Earth's crust. So you'll just need to use the internet to find a website that has this information, and there are a lot of them out there. So don't think it's one website that you have to find. There are a lot out there. Now there's some websites that I've seen that only have 5, which doesn't really help that much, because you need to have the top 8. I've seen some websites that have the top 10. That's fine. Just leave off the last 2, and then you have your top 8. So for this one, for this example, it's the name of the element. So is it carbon, oxygen, iron, gold, those element names, hydrogen, silicon, the name, and then the symbol. So if it's carbon, the symbol would be C, or if it's copper, it would be Cu, or if it's lead, it would be Pb. So you have the name, the symbol, and then on whatever website you find, it'll give you a percentage of the Earth's crust that is made up of this element, whatever it is. So that's for the Earth's crust. For the next one, the 5 most common elements in the Earth's mantle, same thing, except now we're talking about the mantle, and we only need the top 5. For the last 2, the 2 most common elements in the outer core and inner core. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. They're the same. So that might help a little bit. Now, something to remember for all of these. The name, the symbol, we're after the most common elements in the crust, the elements in the mantle, elements in the cores. We don't want compounds. We don't want minerals, anything else like that. I've seen some lists that have, that list compounds or minerals, and we just want elements. So make sure that you pay attention for that. An element, the symbol at most could only have 2 letters. No numbers. Sometimes it's 1 letter for certain elements. Other elements, their symbol is 2 letters. So it just depends, but there are never any numbers or anything. So if you see a list and you think it's a good one, you make sure that it's just elements. So that's kind of one way to tell, is if it says a symbol, but then it has numbers in it or more than 2 letters, then it's not just an element. So don't use that, just the elements. And then the bottom part is temperature. So for each layer, well, and then the center there, but each layer is going to have kind of a temperature range. In the assignment for Tuesday, we found the average temperatures of the layers. But now we're talking about the high temperatures and the low temperatures. So, if my hand is the crust of the Earth and this is the outside, this would be the lowest temperature, because on the outside it's exposed to the atmosphere and all that. The bottom part of the crust is going to be the highest temperature, because it's deeper into the Earth. And as you go deeper into the Earth, it gets warmer and warmer. So we'd have for the crust, you have the coolest temperature or the lowest temperature, and then the highest temperature. And then underneath that, the mantle, you'd have the lowest temperature of the mantle. And then at the bottom of that, you'd have the highest temperature of the mantle. So just find those. When you're searching for this information, or searching for the website or a website that has this information, again, any website that's reputable, that seems pretty quality, Wikipedia is fine if they have the information that you need. When you're searching though, instead of searching for 8 most common elements in Earth's crust, you don't need all the kind of the extra words that don't really add much to it. Like for me, what I would search like most common elements and then Earth crust, and that should give you pretty good results. Any word that you put into a search is going to, like, Google is looking for those combinations of words. So if you don't need those in there, then just leave them out and it helps your search. So just kind of search for use the kind of the keywords of what you're trying to find out.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just have one question. What are scientists called? What are scientists called? The ones that study like bones for dinosaurs and stuff?
Like a paleontologist or an archaeologist?
Archaeology. Thank you.
So, like I said, you can use whatever websites you find that have the information you need, and then you use Cami, and then after you're done, then upload that back to Canvas.